Alright, so what's up? Welcome back. This is my first dinosaur review. So sorry if I don't know that much stuff about this stuff. Um and today we're looking at the the massive action Siamosaurus. So looking at it from the box, pretty good Dominion, the classic Dominion packaging that we're all used to by this point. The DNA tag for any of you guys are wondering. It has pretty much the same action feature as most dinosaurs. You just do that and sway back and forth. It's kind of how it is. Straight from the packaging, it's a pretty good figure. But let's get it out of the packaging first. Alright. So you're gonna need whatchamacallit. Man, where are my scissors at? You're gonna need some scissors on standby. And just cut it. It's pretty easy to get out. That's a worry I have with some of these figures sometimes. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. So we're gonna have to open it from the bottom. Wanted to preserve this packaging, but I guess we're far past that by this point. Sorry, my bad. So let me open it off camera. Hold up. Never mind, it just fell off. It just fell out of it. Nothing under it, I guess. So looking at the figure, it's a pretty good sculpt, I think. Nice little scale detail. Although it still suffers from the short tail syndrome, but then again, the tail is bent, and I think it looks pretty nice on this figure. It looks kind of like a stretched out Dimetrodon with the head of a Spinosaurus, but that's just how I see it. No painted toe claws, which is fine. Me personally, helps the figure. Couple of osteoderms around it. Again, if you want to see it again, use the code. And it's a pretty good figure. Now, let's get back to the paint scheme. I think the orange in it, the orange brownish, whatever you want to call it, reddish brown, it's very abrupt in this figure. It feels like it just appears out of literally the dark blue. And one problem with the paint application, the marbling effect. It's not really a marbling effect. It looks more like somebody jizzed all over the figure. That's why I picked this one specifically, because the other ones just had half white, which I didn't like. It's a pretty good figure. Snapping jaws, fluid motion actually. Still very abrupt in the figure. If you want to see the other side, here we go. There aren't actually that many problems I have with this figure. Like other people hate it. One thing I can appreciate is the tail. I like the attention to detail they put of this little fin stuff. I don't know what it's called. Below the tail. Because this is a swimmer, right? This is like the Spinosaurus, but more of a swimmer, right? So essentially, they added like a little, the thick tail that's used for swimming, which I like. I appreciate that attention to detail. If you want a front view, here you go. It's alright. It's good. One issue I have with it, I don't think you can see it, but the little spring in the back, if you can see it, the spring in the back, it's too visible from the front with an open mouth, of course. But that's alright, I don't think we're really going to use it for front shots, because the head, I don't know. I'm not going to use it for front shots anyways. I might, but I'm not too sure. The arms and legs, flexibility, mobility. A ball joint, it's on a ball joint, and you can have it up and down. But there's a little clicking motion, so it's going to be a pain trying to move it. As a stop motion creator anyways. I like the undertones right here. I don't know what you call them. The belly paint. It's just really belly paint. It's more throat paint. I like the little crocodilian effect that they put on the, on the belly. And just look at these, look at the attention to detail on this. Look at the scales. Zoom in on that. That's pretty. Although, I don't like the fact that it goes from, oh, never mind. I was going to say it goes from really, really dull to really, really shiny, but I guess it has the same effect on both. I think it's a pretty nice figure overall. Definitely a pretty good figure. If I had to rate it, I think it's a, I think I'd say it's an 8 out of 10. Still has some issues, the paint being abrupt. And I've probably seen some people complain about it having no roaring feature. I don't mind that. I think it lends to the figure. Make it up with your mind. Never understood why they even added the real roaring features, because no kid is gonna want to, you know, have it roar for them. They're just gonna roar by themselves anyway. And so from the side, if you want to look at it from the side, like dead, it's dead. If you want mobility, look at the neck. The neck is fine. Yeah, it can go up. It can't go down actually, which is a minus, but you know, it's alright. It's alright. Probably like a 7.5 now. But it's alright. You know, we straight. Overall, a pretty nice figure actually. Let's see the leg mobility. It goes up here before, you know, scratching against the arm. If you want to know the arm mobility, it's on the ball joint, like I said. So it's gonna go a certain way. Wait, this figure sometimes being a pain. So it actually can't go over that far. Oh, never mind, it can. It can. Alright. So it can go all the way around. Leg mobility, it can go only so far until, you know, it collides with the arm. Let's see it go back. Yeah, and then it can go so far. But collides, right? And it's gonna cause paint marks. It's a pretty nice figure, I think. Now we need some size comparisons. Okay, number one, we have the extreme damage Velociraptor, an Owen figure against the Siamosaurus. As you can see, the Siamosaurus towers over it, but then again, it's a pretty tall figure. It's like, what, 10 inches tall? If you want to see it from the other side, which is what I'm going to do, because it kind of blocks the whole figure. This is how it look facing each other. It's kind of just facing its claws, but you know, it's kind of a low-rearing figure. And then you have the queen herself, Rexy, who just towers over him and takes his shine. And let's, you know, flip it over. Oh, my Rexy has trouble standing, so we're just going to leave her like that. So it's face-to-face view. You can see that Rexy still towers over him, but then again, Rexy's a big old figure. I have the Hammond Collection Rex, but this is like the mainline Rex, and we'll probably scale better with this one. Okay, so my final thoughts. It's not a very generic figure. It's very unique to the mainline, of course. I think I appreciate it. I appreciate them coming out of their zone and giving us a figure like this. It's well appreciated, especially compared to the rest of the main line, which is pretty just generic, medium-sized theropod, right? You know, it's another Spinosaurus, of course. Always appreciated here. We love the Spinosaurus, but then again, it's also fodder. That's a hot take. Leave me alone. If you want to see the button, I don't know why you would want to, but okay. Again. And then if you hold it, you can sway it back and forth. Of course, you can do it the other way too. But that's just you. Let's check the paint applications. So number one, we have the base body paint. Sorry for the thing, my camera died. Paint application 2, I don't really know how they work. I'm just gonna assume that the orange again goes over it because of the lack of fading and stuff. Another paint decal right here. Not a decal, paint application. And then you have this too. Look, I'm not really counting. I'm just, yeah. Paint application right here. Again, the jizz all over this figure. Jizz marks. It's all over this thing. So whoever did it had a great time. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, deal with it. And roof of the mouth. Shiny, glossy paint. Always appreciated. Gives it that wet feel. You know, with all of the saliva. Pretty good tongue, I feel. Pretty good texture. Yeah, pretty good texture, I feel. Is it a good figure? Yes. Should you spend your $21 on it? Probably, yeah. I don't mind it personally. It's a pretty good figure. If you want to see the underside again, and the feet, webbed feet, I also appreciate that level of detail. Because again, they really committed to the swimming dinosaur act here, right? It's not an act, you know, but you get my drift, all right? I think that concludes this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe and blow me up, because I kind of work hard on this and nobody watches my stuff. So anyways, goodbye.